Today we go over new details of Star Wars Episode 9. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, Episode 9 being the final film of the Skywalker saga, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie these past couple of weeks or so. We do know that they are currently shooting over at Pinewood in the UK, as well as the Cardington Sheds, which is the same location that they used for both the Yavin 4 base and Rogue One and A New Hope. So, looking at everything that has been happening with JJ Abrams and Chris Terrio, who wrote the script for Episode 9, and they will be treating this movie with a lot of value. We do know that this is going to be a very big task to really pull off here. They really have to do something great in order to satisfy a lot of the Star Wars fans around the world after The Last Jedi Backlash, and I'm only crossing my fingers very, very much right now, as, you know, this will really wrap up the sequel trilogy in a nice way. So, looking at everything that has been happening, today we know that BB-8 is actually getting a lot of scenes shot today. It's the very first day, actually, of BB-8 scenes. Now, toward the very end of September, Daisy and Adam are scheduled to shoot scenes together at Pinewood at the very end of that month. The scenes are said to be stationary shots and very emotional between the two. It sounds like more Force-bound sequences, but no confirmation on that. Now, it's said that there will be rehearsals of the scene a day or so before the one-day shoot, and it's said that their relationship is also set to evolve significantly in this film by JJ and Chris Terrio. So, how do you guys feel about the concept of Reylo making its way into Episode 9? Now, the thing here is this, is that Rian Johnson and JJ set it up in the sequel trilogy itself. You do see this a little bit here and there in the Force Awakens interrogation scene, and you also see it in The Last Jedi within Snoke's throne room scene, in the hut scene on Ahch-To. You can see that both Rey and Kylo are indeed the couple of the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and I don't know how you guys feel about that evolving in Episode 9 and the concept of Reylo. Now, we have heard before, many months ago, that they cast a young toddler, or a toddler, I think it was a boy or a girl, I forgot, but it has black hair, and it's leading a lot of people to believe that this is indeed the child of Rey, because of the big plot leak back in May of 2018, this year, that a lot of people were talking about, that it does involve a secret child to Rey for this movie that could very well indicate that the hut scene is when everything happened between Kylo and Rey. Now, I don't know how you guys would feel about that, but as far as Episode 9 goes, there are scenes to be shot at the very end of September involving both Daisy and Adam, where it's going to be very emotional scenes, stationary shots, and it will involve rehearsals, which does indicate it's going to be a very emotional scene, and it will take a lot of effort to really pull it off and make it perfect. So this, to me, you know, I think it could be one of the scenes toward the end of the film. I don't know if you guys knew this, but a lot of these big movies, when they're shooting them, they shoot them all out of sequence. They could be shooting, you know, a scene right now, today, that is in the middle of the movie, and the next day they could be shooting a scene that takes place in the very beginning of the movie. It's all out of sequence, and then they eventually just put it together in order of how they want it to be in the final cut of the movie. So, if this scene is to be placed at the very end of the film, it could mean a lot of things. Now, we don't really know too much about it, other than the fact that they will be shooting at Pinewood at the very end of September. They will have stationary shots, and it's going to be very emotional, and their relationship will evolve significantly in this movie. So, looking at the concept of Reylo, how do you guys feel about this entering into Star Wars Episode 9? We saw that both JJ and Rian set it up in their movies, and it seems like now it's going to come into fruition completely in Episode 9. Now, if Rey does indeed have a child in this film, does this mean that we are to get a 10, 11, and 12 episodes 10, 11, and 12, that will tell a new Star Wars trilogy story about that child and a new war conflict. I don't know how you guys would feel about that, but it seems like if they are to do a 10, 11, and 12, it should always be generational and stick with the whole entire concept of family, moving down, right, to the next generation. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Kylo Ren and Rey in Episode 9 by JJ Abrams. I'm still very curious as to what's really going to happen between these two characters. What is Kylo Ren's endgame? What is Rey's plan for Kylo Ren? Does she still plan on trying to convert him to the light side, much like Luke Skywalker did in Return of the Jedi with Darth Vader? We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.